Hi YouTube, this is the Witch of Blood and Light, and we're going to do something different today. We're going to make some incense. Now this is the first time I'm making incense, so I need a guidebook. And I'm using Incense, Crafting and Use of Magical Scents, New and Expanded by Carl F. Neal. We are going to make some sandalwood incense today. I wanted to make another one as well using gum arabic, however you pronounce it. But in this book, he really suggests you not using gum arabic because it's too sticky. We're going to try it anyway, and just not going to use an extruder to make it with. And I need to find a recipe for it. We're going to try. So, got our bowl, got something to mix things with. We got all of our powders that we need already ground up nice and neat. We need 7.5 teaspoons of powdered sandalwood, and that would be 7.5 teaspoons would be, that's three. This is 6, and then we'll need 1.5 more tablespoons, which is trying to measure exact. There's 6. And we need 1.5 teaspoons more. This is a teaspoon. And we need 1/2. I love sandalwood. It's like one of my favorite scents. Okay. 7.5 teaspoons of sandalwood, and I'm making a mess, but that's okay. Put that aside, and then we need 1 tablespoon of Mako. And a tablespoon? Yes, I have Mako. So we're going to use Mako. This is the Mako that I'm using. And I'm, again, making a mess. But that's all right. I thought I had opened it prior to, but I did not. That's all right. We'll make a mess. I'm all right with that. And we always want to level it off as best as we can. There's the Mako. And then we're going to call for, let's see, so 4¼ teaspoons of water. So add only 3/4 of the amount to the dry mix, and then add the remainder of the water, 1/8 teaspoon at a time, until the dough is the right consistency. If the mix is still too dry to roll into a ball, add additional water, 2 to 3 drops at a time. I did not bring a dropper, so I hope that is not the case. All right, let's stir. And we're going to put 3/4. We're going to stir this very well. 3/4 of 4.5 teaspoons, which that would be 3 and a little smidge more. Oh my gosh, it smells so wonderful. So let's add, what did I say? 3 teaspoons. So that's a tablespoon. So we're going to add a teaspoon at a time. 1, 2, 3, and a little smidge more. Bloop. Okay, let's stir. It's supposed to make a dough. So let's keep stirring, see how this works out. I've never done this before, but I've watched plenty of videos on it. It's just something I've always wanted to do. I love incense. I love the way it smells. I love burning it. That looks very dry. Let's get this off of here. I did forget a spoon, but I had these up here in my art room. I'm in my art room slash witchy room slash recording room slash spare bedroom. It's the room of all things. All right, let's add a little bit more. It said 1/8 a teaspoon at a time. Do I have an 1/8? I do. So this would be 1/8. I think that definitely going to need more than that because it's very dry. I'm going to just keep stirring and stirring, and this is going to be a process. So grab a cup of tea, something so that you can sit here and learn how to do this. I'll probably speed the video up a little bit too so that you don't have to be bored to tears. I'm not bored because I'm actually doing this. I'm going to put the recipe at the front, so at the beginning of the video, so that, well, at least I hope I'm going to remember to do so. So that you guys can see if you have the ingredients or get the ingredients so that you can join me. So that was a 1/2 teaspoon I've added in addition to the 3/4. Eventually it's going to get to a consistency where I want to knead it with my fingers. That's why I have the gloves on. I don't want it to stick to me or whatever. I might start kneading it now just to see if there's more moisture in there than I actually think there is. This is pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not quite ASMR, but it definitely is relaxing and fun. It's like playing with Play-Doh or something. Forming a ball slightly. We're going to add some more water. Definitely helps to do with the kneading. It definitely helps it stick together a little better because I think the water gets clumped up in little balls in certain, and you have to kind of squeeze those balls. Excuse me, that sounded bad. Squeeze those little balls of sandalwood and incense mixture. Spread that water around a little bit. Yep, there's a dry pocket. Let's get that real good. I hope this is on camera good. I'm not checking. There we go. Center it a little bit better. Definitely can feel the moisture. You see the ball. So I think it's too dry. So let's add one more. I think we got 2 more according to the mixture or the recipe. 2 more 1/8 teaspoons, and then we'll be at what he suggests you need for this recipe. Definitely too dry. There's one. Let's see if this does it or if we'll need that extra one. And then after that, we're going to be adding drops. Still pretty dry. Oh, it smells, I know, I keep saying it smells amazing. It does. Let's spin this around so I get a grab different parts because my hand's only grabbing certain areas. Spin it around and make sure we get all the corners. All right, this is it. Four 4.5 teaspoons. Still not at a rollable state. And I got to keep in mind that I got powder all over here, so probably when well, I'm not going to roll it, I'm going to extrude it. And I'll show you what I'm going to use in a minute. Something I don't got a professional extruder, but I found a syringe and I'm hoping that it works. Still pretty dry. And I added some, let's see. Is it rollable? Definitely not rollable. And the amount of moisture you need is all going to depend on how dry your climate is, how humid it is, whichever way you want to look at it. It's pretty dry, and right now, I mean, even though it rained outside today. All right, did I bounce some out? I did bounce some out. Let's get that together. I'd rather add too much water than not enough. That's just me personally. I didn't read his entire book. I just read what I needed from it, and I've watched several of his videos, and I've watched other people make incense as well. I should have thought about getting a bigger bowl. It's starting to clump together a little better. Is it a dry spot I see? It is. Where are you hiding? Look at you hiding from me. It might just be the light. Yeah, I think it's the light. If I squirt this out of the extruder now, it's not going to stay together. So we are definitely going to add some more water. It's definitely starting to clump a little bit better. Trying to refrain from adding a lot of water at once. It's hard to do that. Let's see, clump. Still pretty dry. Getting there slowly but surely. I'm going to be wild and I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon in at once. I know, living on the wild side, living on the edge. Oh yeah. Definitely starting to feel like a little clay now. You want a Play-Doh-like consistency. Something that you know if you squirt it out of an extruder, and you'll know what I'm talking about once I show it to you. It's like a syringe with a tapered tip on it that you form little lines of incense that you burn. I do have sticks for incense, but I don't think I'm going to be using them right now. I think I'm going to just form little sticks that I can just burn. Or I could break a stick off and maybe stick on the end. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. We'll see what we're doing. We're learning as we go. Another 1/8. Probably a lot more. Well, probably 6 drops of water, I would guess. I think we're getting there. I'm going to smell it. I would like to probably add some oil, some essential oils to it. Maybe I'll do that. Have some sandalwood. So here we go. A little bit of sandalwood. I'm going to add that just because I love the scent. 1. 2, 3, 4. Once it started flowing, we'll go with 4. See how that works. Don't want to add too much. It's still pretty dry. Go for 1 more. Hopefully this will be it without making it too wet. I haven't even counted how many times I've added more to see how much I'm using here. Just doing it by feel. I'm going to add a little bit more. I know. I don't know what I'm doing. But we're going to do it. We're going to live on the wild side here. I want it to be like clay. Ooh, slippery. I like it. I think we're clay. We're clay. I'm sorry if I keep going out of the center of the video. I'm trying to do this and not paying attention, so I apologize. All right, here we go. We're gonna do it. This is what I'm talking about. This is a syringe. It has a very large tip on the end. See better like that. And we're gonna go for it. Don't want a lot of air pockets and cracks in this because it'll make it smoke. the best we can with what we got. How about that? That'll help slide down the chamber a little bit better. All right, we left air around the sides. Now let's try and do this. This is very hard to push. Is that too thick? It might not be too thick. We'll take the end off. Wow, this is hard. Maybe it should be more wet. Maybe I'm gonna end up rolling it. I don't want to break my table in the process. Back to the drawing board. Falling apart. I think I've handled it too much. Add a little more water. We might try the sticks. We'll see. Ah! It's a little thick, but it's okay. Definitely crumbling. I don't know if that means I need more water or if it's just not rollable the way it is. So we're gonna try something. watched a girl do this on YouTube. She did it so nice and so... She also does it all the time. There I go with my microphone hiding again. But I think I might have one. Get those out of here. Is it perfect? No, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh my goodness, it's getting dry. I've also seen people push these out of straws. I haven't tried that. Like I said, this is my first time, so I haven't tried much. Put that in there. Maybe a little bit more over here. And we're going to put it on the drying rack and hope for the best. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't fall off of there. It's very heavy. I've also seen little ones made like just with no stick in it. Break apart like that. I might have to add water. It might be sitting there drying out. We're going to try all kinds of stuff today. We got a stick one. We're just going to have one like this with no stick. I'm going to taper the end. I don't know where to burn it though. Maybe in my cauldron. Is it pretty? No. Is it going to smell awesome? Oh, yes. That has a crack in it. Let's fix that. That wants to come off. We're going to just shorten it. And we're going to add more water to the stuff that's waiting to be molded because I believe it is drying out. Look at that. Water. Try cone this time. I want to make a mold for these little cones, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. He does, in this book, he tells you how to do it, but it involves latex, and I don't know. I don't know if there's not an easier way. Good enough for me. It doesn't have to be perfect. I want it to be able to stand though. I want it to have an even burn, and I stick a hole in the bottom and make one of those ones, kind of large, but that's all right. And yeah, Palo Santo. So 7.5 tablespoons. This might be harder to work with because it's more woody. and then 1.5. I don't know if I should try and ground this down a little bit more. It's kind of woody. So 7.5, and 50% of 1 tablespoon would be 1/2 tablespoon. So 1.5 teaspoons of gum arabic. This is the gum arabic I'm using. Hopefully you can see that. You don't want to add too much because it's sticky, so the book says. So I want the exact amount or close to it. So let's mix this up. Okay, here we go. So what was that? 3/4 of 4.5 teaspoons. So we're going to go with 1 tablespoon and a smidge, very smidge. I'm dirtying up my my reading table. It's actually an art table that I do my oracle readings on, and now making videos on. It's my video table, my art table. Yeah, I'll be bringing art to you soon. I'm taking a class in watercolors, trying to get better at it. That looks pretty good, but definitely still not clumping. We're going to start using our hands, I'm afraid, because it's supposed to be so sticky. And I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon rather. Live on the wild side. I definitely want it to be able to stick together. Let's add another 1/4. This smells amazing too. I love Sandalwood and I also love Palo Santo, but yeah, it has a tendency to just crumble right apart. It's not sticking, so I don't know if I need a little more. Gum arabic. Let's experiment. We'll experiment. I like experimenting. So I added not quite 1.5 teaspoons, more like a teaspoon, I think. Someone's vacuuming in my household. I don't know if this binder's going to be strong enough. Maybe I need honey. Don't think adding more, it doesn't feel like adding more water is going to help. But one never knows. Let's make some cones and hope for the best. Hope they don't fall apart while they're drying, because they do seem kind of fragile. One very strange looking cone. There's my cone. And 6. If you like these videos, if you want to learn more about this kind of stuff and you can learn along with me, you subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, hit the like button. hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything I have to say. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. And I will squeeze in a picture of my drying rack after I'm done with the video, because I'm using my camera to film this, so I obviously can't take a picture while I'm filming. At least I don't know how to do that. Okay, number 6. There we go. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Be blessed.